Welcome. So today we're going to be talking about how to create this Google Classroom Bitmoji banner that I'm sure you've been seeing in different places. They're very popular. You can pay on Teachers Pay Teachers. There's many different options there if that's something you'd like to do, but they are easy to make using Bitmoji and using Google Slides like we did with the first virtual Bitmoji classroom that was interactive. If you watched that video, thank you, first of all, to everyone. I have lots of views on this, lots of positive comments and feedback, and I'm really appreciative of all of that. So thank you for those of you that watched that. So I'm going to teach you the steps of how to create this banner in Google Slides, and it's really not that difficult. So again, if you would like to pay Teachers Pay Teachers, if that's just easier for you, go for it. But it is fun to customize and make it your own, add your own flair. So the first thing I will say, we're going to be using this add-on, and you can find that by going to add-ons and then get add-ons right here. And it's really important you get this first. I made this mistake and I made the entire thing on my school account, and then I realized I could not get this Creator Studio slide add-on because it needed to be approved by admin, which we knew would take forever. So I had to recreate it on my personal account, which is totally fine. It still connects to your Google Classroom for school. I'll show you how. But Creator Studio is great. Basically, it converts slides into animated GIFs or video files. So again, this says unable to install because I'm in my teacher account. It depends what your account is like for school, but just check that first. Don't do what I did. So click Get Add-ons, and you're going to look for Creator Studio. Once you've got this Creator Studio, you are really not going to use it until the end. So just FYI, it does take a second to load, but you just need to have it from the beginning to make sure you can get it, but then you won't be accessing this until the end of your creation. So in order to create this, the first step that you need to do is just go to your Drive or go to Google Slides and just create a blank Google Slide document that looks like this. And we are going to take away this so that it's completely blank. So we're going to delete the title here. And the first thing I would do is I would change the size of your slide because you can clearly see that this is just a regular slide size, but this one I've created is something that will actually fit your virtual classroom banner, which is the goal. So you need to go to File, Page Setup, and you need to change this so that it is custom, and I already have it custom here, but you won't have that. So we need to change this to 16.67 and 4.17 in order for it to fit our banner. So again, it looks like that. So 16.67 to 4.17. Okay, so now we have a blank, and basically we're doing the same thing we did here for our classroom. We're just going to build it first, and that is the first step. So you need the background, you need any objects like the whiteboard, anything you want for this virtual background to look like. So I'm going to do that by clicking Insert, by clicking Background and choosing an image. So again, you can just Google search, and I always just do wall and floor, and this will give me some ideas. So I can pick a background that I would like. Let me pick one I have not yet used. Okay, so here I am, and I'm going to select this one because I really like that wood color, and I'm changing it. I didn't like that original, and I'm noticing this is very blurry, and I kind of just like this wood in the front, so I could also just kind of change just that wallpaper. So if I just look for wall background. So what I did here is I actually just insert image, searched the web for a wall background, and I put it in as an image. And I just didn't really like that wallpaper, but I liked the wood. So you have that option too, just if you want to kind of create and customize your background. So this was the background. Oh, sorry. This was the background of my first one. I used gray a lot, so I wanted something a little bit different. So again, same way as you did with your virtual Bitmoji classroom, you're just going to make sure that any element that you're adding here is transparent. So I'm always going to start with my whiteboard, and I'm just going to drag those elements. So obviously you can customize this however you would like. You can add some plants maybe. Maybe you would like to add a bookshelf. For this one, it's not interactive, so you would probably want to add a full bookshelf instead of the other one where it was interactive. Maybe you want to add your own elements to it. So just kind of a tip for that. And just play around with it. Really have fun. It really depends what you want to do here. So I'm going to go and create this space and be back in a second. So I will say that sometimes I hit a roadblock with the inserting from the web that pops up over here on the right. You can see I'm looking for a poster, keep calm and read on, and really nothing is popping up over here that is anything to do with that or helpful at all. So sometimes you do just have to go to Google and you can see immediately there's a million options here. So I can just click one of these for my classroom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this one and I'm just going to copy and paste into this space. So it is better when you can just use the side. You can see that it's popping up with this extra white background. So I'm just going to crop it. Very easy to do, and I'm just going to shrink it. The other thing that makes a poster look more like a poster, I mean, that one looks pretty good, but if you go here and you add a little bit of a border, so maybe since it's white, I might want to add like a gray border like that. That kind of looks like it has a little bit of a picture frame now. So I clicked on the image, changed the color, and I made the border a little thicker there. Also, if you want to add this text here, very easy to add it to the whiteboard. Just do insert text box and format that however you would like. So this is my space now. Again, this is not going to be interactive. I talked in my other video about how you might want to save your background as a image so that you can see there's some parts that aren't clickable. So the only parts that are clickable are the links. That doesn't even matter for this because this is going to be a banner. There's going to be no clickable parts. So now I just need to add my Bitmoji. But since you can see in this video, banner up here that's moving, there's several Bitmojis. So the way that you do that is you need to copy and duplicate this slide over here once you're happy with it. Now, if you're the type of person that's indecisive, make sure you're sure before you duplicate, because I ended up adding things later on and then I had to delete and reduplicate. So I would say you can do as many as you would like. I think, you know, 2 or 3 might be a little not enough because you want a couple here. I think doing any more than 6 would be too much. So I think 5 would be about a good range for the number of duplications. So you can see that they're all exactly the same as I click through them because I have not added my Bitmojis yet. So you can see I just added this Bitmoji of myself into this left-hand corner, and this is my first one. You can see it's not visible in any of my other ones here on the left. Since we read from left to right, it's better, in my opinion, to start on the left-hand side and work your way over. But again, you can format this however you would like. So I have this Bitmoji extension, so I just click this button and it will pop up for me. You can't see that since it is a pop-up, but you just want to search for whatever you're interested in. So since this is the first one, I just kind of wanted my Bitmoji saying hi. So I just typed in hello and saw what came up. So you can see I'm still on this first slide. All my other slides are empty of Bitmojis, but I am putting them all on this first slide. And that's just my preference because I like to judge how large I should make my Bitmojis to make sure that they're all the correct size and similar with the depth perception and all of that. So that's why I do that. For this Bitmoji, I'm going to right click and format, and I'm going to rotate it. So you can do that. The only times this does not work is with these words here. So if I was to format this one, it would have the words backwards. So that does not work. But I want to have her fall on this couch. So there we go. And again, the reason why I'm putting them all on one slide to begin is just because now I can see they're different sizes and then they're about the same amount of distance away. So I might want to play around with that and make sure they fit. So once I've done that though, so for example, I would want this couch person to be my last slide. So now that I've sized her, I can copy or I can cut, and I can put her just by going to my last one. I can paste her in there. So again, I did put all of my Bitmojis on the same first slide. This is just so I can play around with it to make sure that they're evenly spaced. You don't really want them all on the left or all on the right. You want them to kind of move across, and to make sure that they're about the same size. So that's why I did what I just did. I also had to move this table. So I just changed the order and brought it front so that my Bitmoji's behind. Otherwise, I was kind of standing in the table, which doesn't really work at all. So that's why I did what I just did. And now I'm going to take these and move them to where they should be. So this one should be in the second one. So I'm going to copy and paste. Done.
This one should be in the third one.
Okay, and then once you've done that, you really should just click through them and make sure, do you like where things are? Do you think that there's a nice flow to it? Do you need to resize any of these? Anything like that. Once you know that this is exactly what you want, this is where the add-on goes into play. So you're going to click Add-on, Creator Studio, and you're going to open this. This takes a second. And basically, we're turning these slides then into a GIF, which can become our banner, just like this one that's moving over here. So now that it's up here, we do need to change this. And we're going to change it to 1600 pixels. And the interval is really up to you. You could do half a second, I think, for the ones up here in mine. I think I did 0.6. So you can really just play around with that however you would like. And then it's already animated GIF. That's what we want. So you're going to click go. And that's all we need to do here. This only takes a couple seconds. You can see it says render complete at the bottom, and it's going to go into your Google Drive and it's going to show up in a Creator Studio folder. So now you can see I refreshed my drive and it shows up. I didn't title it, so it was untitled, but you can see the .gif that's there. And this is where I said it really does not matter what account you're using because you do need to download it regardless. So I was using a personal account since it was not letting me add this Creator Studio. So then you are going to download it. And from there, you're able to upload it to your Google Classroom. So I am in my Google Classroom. I already have this one Bitmoji Google Classroom banner, but I'm going to upload my new one. So if I go to upload, select from the computer, the same as you would with any picture you're putting in the background. And it is in my most recent downloads. And this is so quick. It's wonderful. So the only thing you want to make sure you do is you do need to select this entire thing and select class theme. And there it is. Beautiful. So it gives you many options. You can see this really didn't take me too long, and you can change this very easily. The only thing to see is compared to my other one that I had, the whiteboard message, welcome to Miss Tout's classroom, is kind of blocked by the title. So that's just something to think about. Again, with the one I had over here, since my whiteboard was over here on the right, it was a little bit easier when I was in the Google Classroom. This title did not block that whiteboard. So something to think about as you're creating it. Again, with this Meet link as well, if you have this new Meet link here, it kind of takes up more space. So maybe I would want to go back and change that so that my whiteboard's on the right, but that's really up to you. This is a lot of fun, so easy to do, especially with this Creator Studio add-on. You can see how quickly it loaded to my Google Classroom, and it just makes it something interesting. The students can see it each day and see, oh, I changed it, and it just kind of adds a dynamic to my classroom. So I hope that you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment. I love seeing all of your comments on my videos. I really appreciate all the positive feedback I got from this how to create an interactive Bitmoji classroom video. So thank you for that. So as always, please like, subscribe, and most of all, have a wonderful day.